Guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Hooked on OC right here, WMDT TV 47 every Sunday morning at 7 o'clock. Sounds like summer's kicked off in the background. We have not had a chance to take our Waterfowl trip, and today we are doing it. I know that it doesn't turn out so hot. And after that, we're coming back to Ocean City to see what it's got in store for us, see if we can catch a couple of flounder. If that's no good, we've always got the Roy rig on board. Maybe there's some bluefish, rockfish, that sort of thing around. I've got my very good friend, Captain Jeff Coates of Pitboss Waterfowl on board. Always a great time. He was here for episode 200. You believe that was 105 shows ago?
Time flies.
We have a really good time together. With he and I, it's all about #enjoying. So after the break, we're gonna be fishing in Watch Creek, Virginia for a couple minutes, and then it's off to Ocean City. We'll see you in just a second. All right, guys, so we're gonna go flounder fishing here, and I like to use live minnows sometimes. And if you have access to the marsh, like all of us do, and you have access to a minnow pot, like some of us do, minnows seem to prefer Purina dog chow. Throw that in there. I've got this just marked off on the marsh here. Tie it off, let that hit the bottom. It's only gonna be about 2 feet of water. We're gonna drift right here down the way from it, just down the creek, and then we'll come back in an hour and a half, 2 hours, see if we got some live bait. All right, let's go.
Yeah, Jeff.
A nice little one. Makes me smile after the
Absolutely, man. Flounder fishing suck.
after the 2 days we've had, huh?
Yeah, flounder fishing
Trying.
suck. You know what that means?
Yep. On the world famous Roy rig. Nice clean fish.
Yep. We have reasonable limits over here.
Yeah, man. He's halfway little fatty fish too. Go get bigger. Maybe a skosh small on the other one, but still.
Yeah, they're running it at like 12 to 20 inch range.
Nice clean fish. Looks like he may have been hooked a couple times. There he is.
Well done, well done.
Yeah, man. Let's catch some more. I think he's a little bit bigger. Yeah, it's a bigger fish.
Yeah, that on? 28. Yeah, they don't get out.
It's bigger though. Biggest one so far. Whoops. Once again, on the world famous Roy rig.
How you guys doing? Good, man. Good.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, man, I need to do a selfie. We need Instagram worthy.
Stay on it, man. Our Instagrams are blowing up thanks to Captain Jeff here. Almost 60,000 followers on Instagram.
It's all about having fun.
That's it, man.
It is. He'll get bigger.
Oh, we almost had the double.
And I just missed.
We almost had the double. Keep that rod tip low so the fish doesn't get up in the water column. Very aggressive. Nice class of small rockfish here. Folks, we got some regulations to tell you about. So, we got the shaft pretty good this year on striper regulations. Last year we were looking at a fish that had to be 28 inches. That's it, 28 and up. No worries, right? 2 fish per person. This year, not so much. This year we're looking at a slot, 28 inch minimum, 35 inch maximum. 1 fish per person. So we kind of got shafted on that a little bit. Chesapeake Bay is still looking at it. They have different regulations throughout the year. Currently looking at a 20 inch fish all the time. That's not him. That's only a fish about 15 inches or so, but they're really great fun on this light tackle stuff. And Captain Jeff and I gave up on the flounder fishing. The slur was absolutely terrible. Wind against the tide, decided to come here to the Route 50 bridge. Bam! Right away, we're into them.
Felt like you just like bravely apart.
What's the technique there, Scott?
So technique when the tide slows down like this, both Jeff and I learned from the master of disaster, Big Bird Cropper. He's been doing this stuff here for probably 100 years. And he invented the Roy rig, something he came up with years ago, and it is an absolute rockfish slayer down here. Technique-wise, when this tide slows down like this, we're trying to get it to the other side of the bridge as far as we can underneath. And we're trying to get it as close to the pilings as we can as we come back toward us, as close to the bottom as we can as we come back toward us. So it gets a little tricky, you'll get hung up once in a while, but the best technique is a slow retrieve as close to the structure as you can get it, whether it's rocks and pilings or just rocks on the bottom if you happen to be in the middle of the pilings. But we just started here 15 minutes ago. We've already got 4 fish caught and released, and that's way better than flounder fishing was. Flounder fishing was stellar first part of the year. Caught my limit 3 times in about 3 weeks. Absolutely insane flounder fishing, but that has slowed down quite a bit. The slur back here in the bay, it's an algae bloom that we get usually sometime late May, early June, middle June, depending on water temperatures and things like that. It's decided to bust. So it's all coming up off the bottom in low tide areas like the behind Aztec Island, up in the thoroughfare where the water gets a little bit shallower. It is really, really bad on a certain tide. You bring up your rigs with green stuff all over them, and the flounder really don't like that kind of stuff. So we gave that up. We were kind of just packing the bags up, heading home. We said, hey, let's throw a couple at the bridge, see if we can save something. Boom, here we go.
Like play with it, and then I saw him come up and hit it, missed him, and I let it sit there.
Right
and
here beside the boat?
Yeah, he got it
Nice.
again.
That's a bluefish.
Maybe that's
why.
Maybe that's why.
That's why.
Ah.
Yes. You get it back. You get it back. There's pliers.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab. Thank you.
Yep.
Actually, I'm gonna just grab my.
Yeah. You keeping these?
I'm not keeping him. There he is. Maybe a little worse for wear.
There he was. So much for the rag.
Right.
So you
The
guys
world
just,
famous Roy rig.
it catches
does
everything.
It all. It does it all.
Catches everything. Bluefish, rockfish, flounder, red drum.
And where can everyone get these, Scott?
Right now, it's going to be tough. Because of the COVID situation, the manufacturer that makes the components for the Roy rig, Bird has told us, has not been able to get them, but they are in the mail. He is getting the components here shortly. He will be putting them together, watching Jerry Springer, and then he will be distributing them to myself. And I think Raceway Citgo in West Ocean City carries them as well. So try Raceway Citgo, try fishingoc.com when this show comes out, and the Roy rigs are hopefully available in both of those places. But COVID-19 kind of set a lot of things behind, and Roy rig components was one of them. But Jerry Springer is ready to go on the DVR, and Big Bird is ready to put them together. So hopefully we'll have them here sooner than later.
And I'll be ready in a second.
Yeah, the bluefish.
He did come right up and hit it late.
That's why he came back.
Trying to save my leader. There we go. Oh, Big Bird thinking of you we are. So one of the coolest things about fishing in Ocean City is all the dock space you can pull up to and have lunch, right? Sunset Grill, cameraman's getting hungry, jump in, grab an orange crust and a sandwich, and then we get back to it. Y'all settled? Yep, attaboy. Come on.
Ready to get back on ash. Thanks, sir. Lunch with a view of you two.
That's what's up.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. good. He gave me all the goodies.
Now let's get back to the Route 50 bridge. We found the birds. We found some fish.
Birds, you find the fish.
There he is. Like, not bad.
Another bluefish.
Yeah. There he is.
Guys, you can see Captain John Prather on Ocean City Guide Service was coming underneath the bridge at the same time we were. And we looked over here to the east, and these birds were pushing bait up onto the sandbar just on the west-hand side of the channel here from the east channel coming up the Route 50 bridge. And there's always going to be bluefish under a school like this. Sometimes shad mixed in there, but as you can see, that's a bluefish with teeth that did that to it.
That's all that's left.
Put it back in there.
Because that's all that's left.
That's all that's left is the head.
I doubt it was the same one, probably, right? But
Now,
here he comes.
come on, bluefish. Yeah, buddy.
There we go.
There we go. Let's see what was left on there. I bet you there's no paddle tail left on it.
Oh no, I didn't put one on. That was the old one for last time. Won't let go.
Yeah, you get that.
No, I said he won't let go.
Oh.
Come on, dude. He was just, oh, but there we go. Now he's still holding on.
Yep. Look, they're eating that.
Yeah.
Throw it in there. They'll eat anything. Here, let me tell them something about it.
Yeah, do it.
Guys, if you read the Fishing OC Fishing Report on any kind of regular basis, you hear me refer to it, you don't hear it. You see me refer to snapper and chopper bluefish. This is a snapper bluefish, anywhere in the 1 to like 5 pound range.
I'm gonna interrupt you 1 second.
Yeah, go for it.
This is what I'm throwing. Let's see.
Throw it out there again. Once they get into a feeding frenzy like this, they'll eat pretty much anything. His roy rig is absolutely destroyed. It's still got a head on it, it's still got a little piece of plastic, and when they get eaten on this bait like they are right now, they'll eat pretty much anything. You got a bite?
Wait, you were hitting it, not even. Oh, okay. Well,
I think you might want to put a new one on
sorry,
there.
so you got an extra one? I don't have any
Yeah,
more.
check in my bag. Hey, look, Captain John's going to the tower. Tail's probably doing.
They cut your line, man.
Oh,
Up there.
might have been a bigger one. Yep.
That's all that's left.
Bigger fish will go right to the top of the leader, and probably what's happened is that fish probably went toward the head of the roy rig, and boom, he cut it right off, because it's only 50-pound leader on there, and a bluefish, if he's anything above 2-3 pounds, his teeth are plenty sharp enough to get through the line, even with 50-pound tests. You can see, take a spin, you're going to see these birds working. These fish are all up in here between us and the sandbar. Captain John on OC Guide Service got up in his tower. He's over there casting to him. He and Austin are going to catch a bunch of these fish and make those anglers real, real happy. These make fantastic shark bait. Anything in that 1 to 5 pound range, that's like a little snack for a mako shark.
Tad closer.
Yeah, we'll push over just a little bit.
I think they may have moved.
They have what?
Moved. I don't think they're breaking anymore.
Oh, they might be scattered.
Oh, he's there.
Oh, he's there. Those birds keep hovering like
There he
that,
is.
diving.
There he is.
Get him?
Yep.
Get him.
Ah, he's gone
Bite
again.
her off again.
Nah. That was a new roy rig.
200 feet. Here's what I don't want to have happen. I don't want to throw my watch overboard too.
Karen's told me about that. and they are a great little rig for throwing on there when these bluefish show up. I've gotten it tangled up, but just a second here. They absolutely love it. It is super tangled. There we go. You can get these at any tackle shop. Atlantic Tackle's got a bunch of them. It's about a 2-ounce lead in there. So it's basically like a jig. Treble hook at the bottom, little shiny things on the side. It's a wobbler, so it just does this kind of thing. The birds aren't even working anymore. The birds have left. But I threw this over on a sandbar where I thought those fish were hanging out, and sure enough, bam, very first cast, I catch a fish on it. And like I say, the Roy rigs with the paddle tail, the worms, they can get pretty pricey. You start losing a bunch of those. These are tough for those fish to get through. But another nice snapper bluefish. You can see, I'll get close but not too close. Look at those teeth, man. That's how they can get through 50-pound test, absolutely zero problem. They're in here eating bunker. We just went by a bunker. Bunker was still alive, but he was all chewed up. So these fish are in here chasing bunker. Some of them this big. We saw a bunker that was about 10 inches long, and these fish are in here chasing them, taking what they want out of them when they want out of them. Nice snapper bluefish, great for shark bait, and loads of fun if you're on an inshore charter boat like Captain John Prather, Captain Jason Mumford, Tony Batista's doing it. You name it, Wayne Blanks. They got a bunch of boats at fishingoc.com under the inshore tab, charter boats. These guys can bring you out here and have lots of fun doing it. Woo! Huh? Yeah, I figured that. I even said that when we were filming. I was like, F.F. John's going up on the tuna tower. Retreat! Jeff, just don't go that way because you'll pinch them off coming down.
They are here.
Back here to our minnow pot, strategically placed in the marshland. I'm taking this with me, so I'm bringing it all in here. And I'll give you guys an idea on the slur we were dealing with all day today. See that stuff on the line? It is disgusting. That's algae that blooms up. Sometimes it'll keep minnows from getting in a pot. See if we got lucky and had any better luck with the minnows than we did with the fish today. Good Lord. Yeah, we're okay. Look at that
there
slur.
You go.
Look at that slur. Yuck. And if we let this soak for a couple of days, we'd have even better luck. But this will be good for our next trip. You can see the dog food really hasn't even dissolved 100%, but you can see we got some quality minnows here. Next time we go flounder fishing, we'll just put these right over there on the dock, leave them right in the pot we've got. And next time, maybe this is the determining factor on whether you catch a flounder or not, because what we did today certainly didn't work.
No, sir.
Free bait. Gotta love it. I always say that a trip where you make it back to the dock safe is a good trip. So when you make it back to the dock on 2 consecutive trips, even better.
But we had fun.
We always have fun, man.
We do.
And isn't it nice to be able to shake hands again?
It is.
I'm still going to use some hand sanitizer. We're awesome time with you, man.
Thank you very much for the invite. I appreciate it, man.
Good friends, man.
Thank you very much.
It's always fun to go fishing with you. So Waterfowl has always been pretty stellar for us. This year, we fiended. Kind of went on a day we didn't necessarily know was going to be great. Didn't expect the wind to be like it was, but wasn't what it usually is.
The water was just horrible.
Filthy, man. It was filthy brown. Luckily, we pulled into a spot on your suggestion, Bradford Channel, blocked from the wind a little bit. Cleanest water we had, and you knocked one on the head and at least put a keeper in a boat. It was under the chin for sure. Under the chin for sure. That was on our double trouble, man. I think that you're right. That was getting the most flash out there.
I think so. The blades are nice, but all the foil in there, I like that.
Yeah, it really is good. And then we decided just to have one fish. Let's pack up and go. Let's try something closer to Ocean City. See if we can do some flounder fishing up there. Combine the episodes into one. We've done that, but sucked up here too.
Water looked good though.
Water looked great, man.
Yeah.
But guess what we found? Guess what's shown its ugly face?
Cow snot.
Cow snot. He's heard it referred to as.
Check it.
I've heard it called bay snot before. More commonly referred to as slur. It's algae bloom we get here in our coastal bays, and it seems to usually pop up sometime early summer. Whatever tells it to bust loose from the bottom, whether it's salinity in the water, water temperature, time of year, I don't know that, but it sucks when it finally does bust loose because it's all over the bay. Shallow water is especially bad, so we tried down here behind Assateague for a little while. Nothing. Slur was terrible, couldn't even fish it. Decided to go up the bay, fish the thoroughfare for a little while. Nothing. Andrew's behind the camera, helping us out, just put through an extra rod in and caught a fish. You guys don't even see that, but it was a throwback as well. But Merce, thanks for being cameraman, and thanks for catching our only flounder of the day. So we're thinking we're not going to have a show. We go on two fishing trips, and then we remember that we've got some Roy rigs on board.
The world famous
Roy rig. Big Bird's world famous Roy rig, and this episode should be called, hint hint Dave, Roy rig saves the day.
Does save the day.
Because we were quitting.
Truth.
We were quitting. Truth. We were quitting. We left the thoroughfare, tried the West Channel for a little bit, north part of the thoroughfare. Nothing. It was bad. Flounder fishing was bad, and it was really, really good just a couple of weeks ago. Caught my limit 3 times in Ocean City so far this year, and now it's kind of shut itself down. Even the inshore charter guys are having a tough time getting on a flounder, and I know this slur has something to do with it because the water looks pretty beautiful. We decided to hit the Route 50 bridge, throw a couple casts, and
Last of the outgoing tide.
3 casts in, boom, here we go. Rockfish. Show saver, man. Caught a couple of nice rockfish, anywhere from that 12 to, say, that one fish was probably 24 inches that you caught. Yep. And then we go get Merce some lunch, come back out thinking that it's going to be absolutely perfect. Slur was awful again.
It was worse.
It was worse at the 50 bridge. Yeah, the last part of the outgoing tide there at the Route 50 bridge. Beautiful water leaving the bay. You know, a little bit of that stuff, but not much. Get lunch, come back thinking we're going to like light it up real quick for a half hour or something, and not to be. Slur was worse. It was on every single cast. We had to pull it off of our rigs. So we decided to go underneath the bridge, try it one more spot Jeff had in mind, and we followed Captain John Prather of Ocean City Guide Service underneath the bridge, and then the birds. The birds are working the south side of the bridge.
They showed us the way.
They showed us the way, man. We pull up to the birds and literally, boom, first cast, bam, we start catching some bluefish. Real day saver, especially for these guys that are fishing inshore on these charter boats, man. It can be really, really tough fishing for flounder when this slur hits the bay. Today is exactly what we saw from that. And just like John, we pulled up on those bluefish, had an absolutely awesome time with them, man. Anytime you got a bent rod, bluefish, rockfish, flounder, you name it, it's a good time.
Agreed.
You and I have a good time regardless. We could be catching nothing. We're going to have some fun. But you're trying to make a fishing TV show, you got to have some content.
Needs to be some catching.
Needs to be some catching. Just like when you're duck hunting, there needs to be some ducks. Yeah, needs to be some shooting. So you have an awesome Instagram page, man. People can follow your YouTube channel, all that stuff. Give people info so they can check out your awesome cooking, your duck hunting in the fall, all that stuff.
Thanks, Scott. Karen and I we love to have fun, and it's just easy to do. I guess I'm kind of everywhere, but Instagram seems to be my
that's your hot spot.
Where I like to hang out. It's at Pitboss, Pitboss, Waterfowl, FOWL.
Yeah, we had a guy go by us earlier today and said, man, that's Jeff Coates. I recognize the beard.
I'm not sure. I'm feeling a little crazy recently. I'm not really sure what I'm doing with everything. I almost cut my hair too.
Yeah,
but
this is always that.
It's long.
It's
really long.
Beard's long. That's long. You know
something.
what? Big Bird get a hold of you. You cut that, he'll make some bucktails out of that, dude. Maybe we'll have a custom Roy rig here before too long.
We need to do that.
Same thing with us, guys. We got a really great Instagram following. It's iFishingOC on Instagram, Hooked on OC on Instagram, and make sure you check out both of our Facebook pages. Facebook is Hooked on OC, and Fishing OC on Facebook. We do the nightly fishing report called the Daily Angle, where all the inshore charter guys' info is in there with photos and everything. www.fishingoc.com for that. All the episodes of the show, some Hooked on OC apparel, something like this might be on there sooner than later, hookedonoc.com. Make sure you check it all out there. We're real big into social media, just like Captain Jeff is. We have a great time on there interacting with all you folks, so keep it up. We appreciate it. Next time, we might be going tuna fishing here soon. Sea bass bite off in the ocean is unbelievable. Limits around the rail for lots of the party boats, and the tuna fishing offshore right now is absolutely stellar too. Lots of nice yellowfins in that 25 to like 50 pound range.
Good
so
eat.
we're going to get in on some of that sooner than later. You did it with Captain Curtis, and caught a couple.
Yeah,
just the
last
other
Saturday.
day. Yeah.
Deep in the poor man's, we had a good day.
Deep in the poor man's, and it's good, and it's going to get better before it gets worse. So we'll be bringing it to you here live. We're also getting good information and good news about tournaments that are going to be happening this summer. White Marlin Open is on. The Mid-Atlantic is on. The Ocean City Tuna Tournament is on, and all the rest of the Ocean City Marlin Club tournaments are on. We'll be bringing a lot of them to you live. If not, check out the fishing reports online, fishingoc.com, episodes of the show, hookedonoc.com. We appreciate you tuning in every single show. We'll see you next time. Captain Jeff,
Thanks, sir.
hit him with one.
As always, thinking of you, we are. Dave, thank you very much. We missed you, man. Next time. Woo!